little short intro there. I was getting into my groove there. What the hell? I was like, and I'm cut off, and I'm like, well, it's Thursday. Usually Jamie does the intros, but I'll do them tonight. Thursday, welcome to Out of Rhythm. What do we call this, Jamie? Blizzard Me Thursday. Shiver me timbers.
Did it short?
Is that? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
so I actually cut it out short. I didn't know. I guess well, I was waiting for it to show live, and then it's like, what the fudge? So yeah, my bad on this end. I guess I don't know.
No, it's all good. Yeah. I saw it cut out, and I'm like, oh shit, I better say
something. Yeah, I know. It's actually my fault. Yeah, I was waiting for it to go live, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? So I thought something messed up, and I hit hide button. I hit the hide for our intro, and I'm like, oh. Then I heard you talk, and I'm like, what the fudge? Oh, so everybody, yeah, it is a blizzardy Thursday, which is our headline. Blizzard Me Thursday. It's nasty. It is nasty out there, guys. It's especially in the state of South Dakota. No travel advice anywhere. I just seen something here in town. No travel advice. I'm like, that was the key, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, guy. I'm like, I'm a non-abidant citizen, so I'll travel no matter what.
Yeah. What's your football name? Essential worker? You're like, bitch, I'm an essential worker. I'll get through the fucking 3-foot snowdrifts. I don't care. The hell with it. I was just saying, did you see that shit in Deadwood? Motherfucker was like 5-foot high snowdrifts downtown.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have quite a bit out there. I mean, they have a shit ton of snow out there. I think they're actually going to open up snowmobile trails and stuff like that out there. So
yeah, it's good. Hey, it's gonna be good for tourism, man. Christmas week,
Damn right.
weekend. Everybody's gonna head out to the hills and do a little snowmobiling. It's gonna be cold as fuck though. I think the high Friday is supposed to be like -11 in Sioux Falls and like -15 in Aberdeen. So it's gonna get bad.
Yeah.
And
it is going to be chilly.
When times get tough though, you hit the Patron, take a little shot ski. I think we have a little bit more than one, so I'm gonna have to do a little half shot and full shot here.
Here, I'll do a little something. I'll do a little something with you here, quick. Just a small little
shot and a half. All right, buddy.
Well, I'll do a small one.
Okay.
Here we go. Cheers.
Here we go. Cheers.
Salted whiskey caramel. Fucking tremendous.
But everybody's snowed. Everybody up here snowed in. Can't travel. Well, guess what? We can all watch football, right? Pull one for me, Lime.
Yeah, it's Thursday night, primetime football. Well, I don't know if it's really. I don't know if it's really playoff football time, but and I mean, you got the Niners and Seattle. I mean, I guess it's all right. It's not too bad, but
Hey, Jimmy,
yeah, you should have reminded me.
Your playoff hopes could be like Chad's and depend on freaking Jeff Driscoll to bail you out. Oh man, that's terrible.
I don't know.
Chad,
I don't know about that. I
enjoyed both of those shots just for you.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, there's actually games on Saturday, so that's going to put a lot of effect into a lot of guys, a lot of their people's rosters because there's actually games on Saturday. So I mean, that's always kind of when it gets to it's
yeah, it's so bad you're cutting out again. See, people think it's your internet. People think it's your damn internet. I think it's the weather. It seems like every fucking Friday, Thursday show we have, there's a blizzard, ice storm. But isn't Chad from like Buffalo? Or isn't he, what part of New York is he from? This is probably nothing to him. Albany. Chad, what part of New York you from again? Yeah, this is nothing to those
Yeah, I'm
guys.
not sure exactly.
They get this shit probably once every other week during the winter. But usually it's just fucking cold. Usually it's just
Yeah.
really cold.
No, I'm.
Usually snow.
Yeah. No, I was, I'm plugged in hard line, so I shouldn't have. I mean, honestly, I shouldn't have any issues tonight. I mean, if it blanks out, I think even though it blanked out, like we were still fine because or just like a few minor like little hiccups, but other than that, I mean, everything was fine. So it's yeah. Ooh, can't decide between
So,
Waddle and Chubb. Ooh, that.
ooh.
Let's see.
How are you in that
I
situation?
would play.
How?
I would
Go ahead, Jay.
honestly. I would probably play. I think I would play Chubb myself. It all depends on who they're. Oh, it's the Browns and what was it? I can't remember. We were just talking about that too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. How are they playing?
I forgot myself.
Yeah.
I can look like
Yeah. Once you look, yeah, because I got other shit pulled up.
30 seconds.
I'm just wondering
Ravens
how
and
Chad.
Browns. Ravens and Browns.
Okay, yeah, that's a. I'm just wondering how Chad ended up in this situation. That's a pretty damn good situation to be in. Like, do I want strawberry cheesecake or do I want blueberry cheesecake? He's got, dude, you can't go wrong either way. I would go with Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is the tried and true. Doesn't the guy is a machine. Never has an off week. It's usually about 120 and a touchdown every time. So originally I lean towards Waddle. The Tua's hurt. Supposed to be heavy wind and snow. Yeah, what are they playing in South Dakota? There's some heavy wind and snow out here. Jesus. Yeah, it could have. But it still got Teddy. I mean,
Yeah.
Teddy's probably a top 5 backup in the league. Like, I mean, their Dolphins offense should be just fine.
As far as I, yep. As far as I know, they haven't ruled out. They haven't ruled out Tua yet, as far as I know. So, yeah. No,
Hawaiian punch, baby.
it's not my fault. You're the one who decided to click the link, not mine.
Really, Jamie.
Yes. So actually,
get out of here. This ain't his fault. You can't put all your life problems on Jamie, Chad. Huh? Is that what we do? We point fingers now, passing the buck.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Other than that, yeah, it's a little rocky start here at the beginning, but welcome into the pod. Well, actually, welcome into the stream. If people are listening on the pod, audio side, welcome into the audio side of our pod. Yeah. But yes, I am Jamie and Eli on the other side. Yes, we're pretty much going to get into. We're going to actually run in our main topics. We're going to talk a little free agency, running backs, a little, maybe a little, some guys from the college transfer pool a little bit briefly, and then our last but least, we'll get into a little NXT stuff. We'll save that for later. So if you want to listen, listen to.
If you like
to
wrestling,
the end, guys.
You're gonna love the last part. You're gonna love the last part. Yeah, you see those? Yeah, Mandy. So anyways, dude, got that game tonight. There is playoff implications. So there have been a lot worse Thursday night games. Trust me. I mean, this is gonna be damn good. Let's see if Geno can get back on track. He's kind of come back down to earth. Last week he looked like 2014 Jets Geno Smith. So let's see if he can get back on track tonight. They're at home. San Fran, I think, is like a 3-point favorite. So we'll see what happens. Mr. Purdy, he's so Purdy. Let's see it. He had 25 fantasy points last week. Let's see if he can come anywhere near that. Seattle doesn't have the greatest defense. So, I mean, maybe he can get 20 fantasy points tonight. Maybe, Debo's out, so that should help Ayuk and CMC. And maybe Mason. if any of you guys had, if you're in a deeper league, if you had to put Mason in there, or as a cheap DFS guy, maybe Mason pops. Yeah, something like that. Oh, Chad knows who I'm talking. God, I don't want to talk about her now. I want her fucking just all up.
No, no,
Sorry, Pat.
you weirdo.
Pat.
You say that for off camera, nerd.
Yeah. Spank bake. I'll get the jit gel rag out. I can have at it, man. No, but yeah, tonight. I mean, it should be a good game.
Yeah.
Usually we're doing Friday shows. Usually we're reviewing the Thursday night game, but tonight it's a little different circumstance because of the weather, and we'll see what happens with my route. Let's see if I'm able to.
Oh shit!
No, we had our own white out there. Fucking funny.
Yeah, I think I messed that up. But yeah.
I think you're on a delay tonight too.
No.
Shit.
Yeah, maybe just a little. Well, blame the weather up here, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, we can go for a whiteout here for a second. Anyways, it's Thursday night football, guys. Sorry, my graphic all messed up. Quickly, Thursday night football.
Trying to sound like wind here.
It's a whiteout, guys. Yes, Thursday night football. I would start Purdy just because he's pretty much just because he's. Delilah, shut up.
Delilah's making some noise.
Yeah, Delilah's barking at something. They must have been the neighbors downstairs getting out or something. Yeah. Chad, I'm curious. Is our connection pretty good? Can you guys actually hear us pretty well at all, or is it just my computer? I'm just curious. Because for some odd reason, everything seems a little, but I wasn't quite sure exactly. Our wind is about miles an hour up. I know. Our third, I go with tonight. Yeah, I like his weapons. I think it's gonna be a nice, good matchup between these two guys.
See how it is, Chad. More of me is better. Don't you forget that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a funky night. Third, I think Debo's not playing. Start CMC. What do you think of the Seattle side?
I know DJ Dallas is out. They've gone through so many damn running backs the last couple of years. They're like San Francisco, probably worse, man. Everybody from Chris Carson to Rashad Penny to now DJ Dallas, and I think Homer's getting the start tonight. Travis Homer, so I'll see what he can do. But I could see San Fran shutting them down. Oh, you having to tell the dog to shut up.
Actually, I thought I heard somebody knock on the door, but it must have been them pounding on their feet or something.
Help me, sir. Help me, poor sir. I'm freezing in this blizzard. I need some hot chocolate and maybe a blanket. That's where the fuck it was. The fuck are you talking about? We're starting. Oh, Ken Walker's back? Is he?
Yes. Yep. I was going to start him tonight.
It's news to me, Chad.
I was because I need him in one league. I'm in the semifinals, and I have Harris. I think because I think I have Tony Pollard, and then I got Uh,
Research.
okay, where am I at
I'll show
now?
you some research. I'll show you some right here, Chad.
So pretty much my
I'll
running
show you
backs.
from Mandy
I have
Rose,
Tony
but I'm gonna break it
Pollard,
out just for you.
Walker, um, I got Foreman and Harris. So I'm trying to figure out if I start Walker tonight or do I leave him benched. So I'm
He's not 100.
trying to weigh my
He's not
options
100.
here.
He's not 100%, man. If you still got a few minutes here, who do you have for backups again?
I said AJ Harris, and then I got
It's
I
Mandy
have
Rose, dude. It
Foreman too as
happens.
well.
It happens, Chad. For I
I, th- I
Foreman's. I think Foreman's a better start. I don't know. I don't think Walker's 100%. I mean, according to Chad, he's starting, but I don't know if he's ready to go. So, or, in terms of like putting
he
up
is
his.
he.
Hmm. Who do New York? Ooh, don't do the Yankees. Oh, that's lot of money for you.
Yep.
Getting what, about 25 mil a year, roughly.
Yeah. Yeah. Carlos. Oh, wasn't he the Giants? One of the Giants pitchers. Carlos Rodon.
Chad, help us with that. Yeah, I've
Well,
heard a
I
bunch
haven't
of.
seen any notifications come across yet, but I'm sure it's.
I believe him. Yeah, I just have to. See, we need to have like a new. We need to have a news segment. Chad needs to be the yeah. Okay, he is the Giants, or he was the Giants. You know, Chad's
Yeah.
our breaking news guy. We need to get a little. We need to get a little video clip at the bottom of our stream here, and when something like this happens, Chad needs to just pop his face in. Chad, why don't you come on with us?
Right.
No trade clause.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're
for sure.
stocking up, man.
No. Yeah.
Fuck. That's 152
Well,
plus
yeah.
Judge. Like yeah, Yankees been spending a lot this off season just on two players. Goddamn.
Well, that's the New York. That's New York for you. They're
Yeah, they
all the
got the
money
money to do it.
makers.
That's right.
You know.
Arms
Yep.
race between them and the Dodgers. Hell yeah. Oh, you got some of that.
Yeah.
You got some of that Gatorade Rapid Hydration. It's the good
Damn
stuff.
right.
The good stuff. There we go.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, for sure. No. To get back, I was thinking about starting Walker tonight just because he's back and I need him because the guy I'm playing, he's pretty well stacked because he's got Mahomes, Devontae Adams, Gabe Davis. He's got Pierce. Ooh, he's got Pierce and McKinnon. He's got Kelsey. Ooh, but he's got Taylor too on the bench. His Andrew. I might have a small to me. A couple decent. I actually have decent wide receivers.
You're freezing up again.
Over Najee and Foreman because I actually got Pollard. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just leave Walker out tonight. If he goes off, it's
Yeah, I
gonna
would.
be my own fault. For some odd reason, I have a feeling he's.
No, 49ers are going to shut them. 49ers are going to shut them down, man. I don't think Gino or Walker, any of these guys will be doing much anything against this defense. To be honest with you, I think San Fran's going to go in there and win probably 24-10. That'd be my prediction. I think they're going to cover. So I don't think they're going to be doing much of anything fantasy wise. I think they're going to turn Gino over a couple times. And I don't know what the running game's going to do. So yeah, it's probably a smart move.
Yeah, I probably well for sure. And yeah, we'll kind of.
That fucking weather up there, dude. It's fucking it's bonker. You know, it freezing you up every 30 seconds or so. Fucking fucking
Oh, it
blizzards. Don't
seems
you
fine.
love?
Well, it seems fine here. I mean, I'm not blank. I blanked out a couple times. Yep, Carlos Rodon, 6 years, 162 million. But anyways, yes, some 2023 free agents. We got Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, Jimmy G, and Gino. Speaking of Gino, but anyways, what do you think about Say as the Ravens main guy, or does he think? Do you think?
I didn't catch all that. You froze up. I heard Ravens.
I said, do the Ravens keep Lamar Jackson as their main guy for next year?
Well,
Do they get a
well,
deal done?
this motherfucker can't even start this week. I mean, he's hurt every damn week now. And we saw what's happening with Murray. I bet in a few years Arizona's going to have some buyer's remorse if they don't already. You see what Denver's dealing with Russ. Like uh, that being said, you know I still think when he's out there and he's healthy, he's still elite. He's still top five for everything he does. Like it's just now the injuries are starting to kick in, and you don't have those concerns with Mahomes and Burrow, Herbert, those kind of guys. You don't think about that. But with Lamar, the Ravens would have done it. I mean, every other team has locked up their franchise quarterback. They've given these guys 45, 50 mil in some circumstances. They've given these guys shit ton of money, and with Lamar, I don't see. I don't know. I don't see him coming back to the Ravens. I know that this is I'm probably in the minority here. I don't see it happening. I know he's kind of his own negotiator. Like him and his mom do it, which is kind of different. But like he doesn't have an agent like a lot of the other almost everybody in the league has. So I know he's a little bit different the way he does it. So which will help. I mean, he's not paying percentages. I mean, he's not giving a couple million to an agent. I mean, he's keeping that all himself, whatever he makes. But I don't get the feeling they want to commit to him long term, which is dumb. I mean, what was the Ravens franchise for the couple years leading up to him? I mean, yeah, they won the 2012 Super Bowl with Flacco, but like for about a 5 year, 4 or 5 year stretch, they were kind of an irrelevant franchise, honestly. Other than like Ray Lewis and those guys, kind of at the end of their careers, and some of the Ray Rice shit and some of the other nonsense going on. But yeah, they were, like, I don't know. I would invest in Lamar. I think at this point you have to. And if you have buyer's remorse, you have buyer's remorse. Sorry. He sells jerseys. He goes, I mean, you can put him on the cover of Madden. There's just a lot of different places that he's valuable, not just like playing 17 games and putting up 4,500 yards or scoring 10 rushing touchdowns or whatever whatever he's going to end up doing. So I think Baltimore lets him go, and I think there's a bidding race. If I'm Tampa, which I've been saying for all season, I want Brady gone. If Brady wants to leave, and he probably talk about him next, then go. Get the hell out of here, man. Like, appreciate the Super Bowl 2 years ago, but he's shot. His arm's done. And if he's he doesn't like the Tampa culture, well, then bring Lamar. He's from Miami anyways. Lamar would love playing in Tampa. So I'll take my chances to get a talent like Lamar Jackson when the Bucs were horrible on offense for fucking almost our entire franchise's history until Brady got there. We were known for defense for years because we had no offense, and to have somebody like Lamar Jackson, and all you got to do is just sign him up 5-6 years. Sign me up, dude. I'm all in. I don't know what you think, but I don't think Lamar's coming back to the Ravens.
I don't know. I think I think they'll franchise tag him for because if they don't get anything done, I think they'll probably tag him because they wouldn't want him going anywhere else. But that's just me though. I think that's what they'll end up doing. They'll tag him for another year and then try to see if they'll get a deal done. But I think he might stay. I don't think he's leaving Baltimore. He's too valuable for them. That's my opinion.
I think
I
so
mean,
too, but I don't get the I don't get
nice
the
high
hesitation.
draft
Like
peg.
I don't get the hesitation there. I understood it with Kirk Cousins. Remember all the franchise tags, Kirk got when he was at Washington. Like I understood that because Kirk, he was always an average quarterback. He was good enough to start, but he put up decent numbers, but he wasn't like a franchise level guy in my opinion. He was never a top 5, maybe even top 10 quarterback at that time. Maybe he is now, but like they didn't want to commit to him because he wasn't. But Lamar is a proven MVP, and all the extra stuff that he does on the side other than his play. I mean, yeah, he's probably great in the community too. There's just a lot of value to him. I don't know why they're dicking around with it. I don't like when teams pull this shit. Sometimes you sign a guy too early, but this might be a situation where you'll and the tag that does. If I'm Lamar Jackson, what offseason incentives does that give me? Like I'm basically still a lame duck. I'm still a 1-year guy. Like you're not committing to me long term. Like every one of his other peers has been committed to long, for the long term. So I don't get the hesitation other than we'll make sure you can stay healthy. He's still a young guy. His health is what it is. I mean, Lamar is what 27, I think. So that sounds about right. About 26, 27. Like he's not
Yeah,
that old.
he's still in his 20s. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. He's still in his
he's
he's still in a fairly young yet. So I mean, it's not he hasn't hit that 30 mark yet for sure.
What'd you think about
What do you think
Lamar?
about what do you think about your boy?
I think he should retire. I think I honestly I think he's shot. You were talking about San Francisco possibly, but why would you want to stunt Trey Lance's
Yeah, I
growth
heard that
even
too.
more? Or even with this Purdy kid, if this Purdy kid takes them to the NFC title game or even to the Super Bowl, are you really gonna make him your third string guy? You really gonna put him in a back seat like that and disrespect him when he carried the team to the same level like Jimmy would have possibly? So yeah, San Francisco, if they go that deep in the playoffs, San Francisco's not an option. Maybe Tennessee to upgrade from Tannehill? That's not much of an upgrade, honestly. At this point, it was an up. It would have been an upgrade even last year.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, because they have their quarterback they year, so I don't think I don't think he'll go that way. That's me though.
Because they were talking, they were possibly talking Aaron Rodgers to Tennessee because they don't know if Willis is ready, and he is. He's
yeah.
Willis is a project. He is. He's not. I mean, we saw how rough he looked. It doesn't mean he's going to be bad a couple years from now, but he looked rough against I think it was KC. So yeah, no, obviously that's Kansas City, but we'll see what he would do against the Texans maybe. But needs more development for sure. I don't think he's not ready. He's just not. Like that was. I remember they had him throw 12 times. If they entrusted him the whole playbook, he would have thrown 35 times. It's just it is what it is right now. But so maybe maybe they go after Aaron Rodgers or some other veteran. But I think Brady's probably off the table for Tennessee as well. Vegas, is that much of an upgrade from Derek Carr? Like, let's say if they move on from Derek Carr, is that much? A lot of these spots that people would think. I mean, he's a 46-year-old guy with baggage now. I mean, he really is. His arm's a noodle. He's still he can have flashes like he did this year. Like he's had a couple flashes of Tom Brady. I mean, you've seen a couple of comebacks against the Rams for one. So. He's still got flashes of magic, but he can't carry you a whole season and win 11 games anymore. He just can't do it. So I'd let him fade off into the sunset. I'd tell people close to him be like, Tom, you need to retire. You should have retired last year, but you came back. That's fine. You're going to end up in the playoffs anyways because the NFC South is a joke. So, win your division. Get a home playoff game, see what happens. Probably end up playing Dallas. It'll be a tough game. So we'll see what happens from there. But, yeah, I'd tell him to retire. In terms of the the next guy, I should say, Geno Smith, who's playing tonight. I don't know if he's a flash in the pan. I mean, it's like I felt the same way about Cordero Patterson. It's like we kind of had a narrative on these guys we were like, okay, Cordero's a kick return guy. He's a you didn't think anything of him. He was just a random guy on fantasy that you'd see like, oh, I have some injuries. Maybe I'll pick up Cordero. But now the last couple years, I mean, he's become almost a must start, must flex. And so I'm just wondering if Gino is more in that mold or if he's a flash in the pan, and if he goes into a different offensive system, and and then he goes back to being what we thought he was. 14 touchdown, 13 pick, kind of average to below average quarterback. So I don't know. I don't know what he'd do in a different system. Maybe the Seattle offensive coordinator is a damn genius, and he needs a head coaching job with what he's done with Geno Smith. But I don't know what you think about Geno. Like where, if he did leave Seattle, like where he'd end up going.
I know. I mean, yeah, I know. I think with his talents, I can see him leaving anywhere. I don't think he would. I guess I wouldn't think he'd be his talent wise be good enough for a team. I think with him being with Seattle these last few years, I think that's probably his best with Seattle. Where they kind of lost him a little bit this year. So with him, with Russ leaving and Russ looking like shit, and with Gino actually looking pretty damn good, way better than looking 10 times better than Wilson. It's kind of saying something.
Yeah, fucking Russ. That clown. He might be out again this week too. It's just they keep the hits keep coming because Denver lost all their picks too. I mean they're in a I could argue that they're almost in a worse situation than the Rams are. I mean they got that great defense, but I mean they totally mortgaged their future to this guy, and now you're seeing what Geno Smith is doing with the same weapons, and he put up like Russ-esque numbers, in some cases even better. Like Geno is in the top 3 in QBR. You know what I mean? He's more than replaced Russ. And so I don't know if it's the coordinator or maybe Geno learned something sitting on the bench for almost 10 years. I don't know what it was, but if this is kind of the new narrative on him and he becomes like a Pro Bowl level guy, upper echelon kind of guy, then you got to give him some money. I don't at his age and his, because Geno is about 32, I think. Yeah, I don't see them giving Geno 45 million, 40 million, but I think Geno, the way he's played, he could definitely talk himself into maybe 30, maybe get 30 mil a year. Because that's what's Jimmy gonna make? Like when Jimmy hits the market, and we'll talk about him in a second, but like when Jimmy hits the market, it'll be 25, 30, somewhere in there. Because that's kind of the going rate to have not a Hall of Fame, not a Mahomes kind of level guy, Burrow, when he gets paid eventually, but that next tier, I mean, you're going to have to pay at least 30 million to get a good starting quarterback in the league. That's just the new market. I mean, that's like, you're not going to, there's the days of having somebody you could sign for $7 million. I mean, that's a joke now, or, whatever, 15, that's a joke. Like, I don't think you can get any, honestly, I don't think you can get any starting that's not on his rookie deal. I don't think you can get any starting quarterback under about 25, like going forward, starting probably next year. 25 is going to be like the base end for any veteran quarterback that's done anything in the league. Like you're not getting cheap, So, it'd be interesting if Seattle, if they want to move on and, use some of those picks they acquired and go get a quarterback, or if they want to invest in Geno and be like, hey, you're going to be our guy until you retire, pretty much. Like we'll commit, maybe 3-4 years to you. We'll give you some money, we'll get you a good guarantee, some stock options. No. We'll see what happens with Geno. I think he ends up staying in Seattle because they got a good thing going post Russ. I mean, we didn't know how that was going to turn out, so I think he ends up staying in Seattle.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think Jimmy G will end up. He'll land somewhere for sure. They wanted to get rid of him a long time ago because of his his contract. So I mean that's the whole point of them wanting to trade him beforehand and whatnot. So I think they have some some good guys going forward. You know, they'll have Trey Lance there and whatnot. So I mean, I myself, yeah, you know, I'm looking to kind of see what Trey Lance is going to do, and you know, they got Brock Purdy as a probably a good, decent backup. So I think the Niners will be pretty well set for you know, for the next few years, next 5 years at least.
Oh yeah,
That's me though.
they're they're
You
they're
know.
just they're a well run organization. They are. They're deep. Um, Obviously, requiring CMCs. If he stays healthy, he's got a few more highly productive years left. Let's see, Debo. You know, the way he plays, I don't know how long Debo is going to stay healthy, but I can imagine a couple more productive years out of him. Ayuk is probably the long term guy. You know, the receiver that you end up paying. You know, back in the Brinks truck up to, and you know, kind of
Yeah, for
building around
sure.
with receiving core. Kittle got
Yeah.
a few more productive. Yeah, this is their window. I mean, it sucks about with Jimmy G, but if Purdy can, like I said, he can step in with that defense, some of these weapons, and maybe take them deep. But yeah, this is their window. I'd say these next probably 2 years. This is the San Francisco window to either this year or next year win a title. So and I think they can. They do just about everything
Yeah.
right. So. Let's see. Jimmy G, I think he's going to end up with the Giants. I said it on Tuesday's show, and I've said it for, you know, entire time we've done this, Jamie. Daniel Jones can't play. Okay, he cannot play. I don't care what Brian Dable got out of him. They need an upgrade if they're going to go anywhere. Because watch, they're going to go 8-1. They're going to miss the playoffs. I got them losing to Washington, maybe beating the Colts at the end of the year. That'll get their 8th win. They'll be 8-1. They're going to be out because the Lions are going to probably win at least 9 here. Seattle might win 9. So there's going to be teams that jump them. So Jimmy G to the Giants. What do you think about Jimmy? Where's Jimmy ultimately end up?
I think he's a Panther.
Oh,
You know, that's where, you know, because yeah, I think he lands with the Panthers. You know, they don't, you know, they got rid of Baker. They got, you know, Sam Darnold. I don't think he's there. You know, so I mean, you know, their rookie that they drafted this year, he won't be ready. So I think I think they do something to get Jimmy G up in there.
no, it'd be interesting to see. I know Darnold's going to be out of there. PJ Walker probably end up back in the XFL or as a backup. The Rock is probably on the phone with him right now. Hey, PJ, PJ is people's champ. I'm here. I want you to come back to the league.
Right?
I'm going to make you the face of the league. Yeah. If you smell what the Rock is cooking. So yeah, that's what's gonna. Yeah, I could definitely. They'll get some vet. They'll get Aaron Rodgers. They'll get Tannehill. They'll get Derek Carr. They'll get some kind of veteran in that same vein. You know, maybe Brady. I don't know. Maybe Brady brings Gronk with him, and they go to Carolina for a couple of years. Who knows? You want to talk about backs?
Sure. Yeah, we can talk. You know, since we're kind of in that same kind of category a little bit. You know, it's well, from what I've seen, you know, a couple running backs. You know, Barkley and you know Josh Jacobs. You know, they're pretty well. I mean, Jacobs, we already kind of knew he was going to be. You know, he was on his last contract, so it's just one of those things. It's like does he earn himself another contract with the Raiders, or does he go somewhere else?
I think you have to. I don't think he's been the issue. And I was going into this year, I wasn't a Josh Jacobs fan. I thought he got hurt a lot. I thought he was underachieving, which he was for both. But this year, yeah, he's turned into him and who am I thinking? Well, Saquon too. I mean, these are two of the top 5 backs now in the league for sure. Saquon being healthy and with Josh Jacobs kind of stepping in there. These are two of the top 5 backs you're looking at for free agency. But for Josh Jacobs, I think if you're the Raiders, you got to lock him up. I think you give him one more contract. I think he's going to be. I think he'll be a Raider as long as he's a productive back in the league. He'll be a Raider. I don't see him going anywhere. They got. I know they spent a bunch on Devontae, but I mean they can. I like what Josh McDaniels is doing with him. I have no problem with their offense. It's just Derek Carr does some stupid things in crunch time in the defense. So what do you think?
I hmm. I could see him. I could maybe see him maybe going, maybe being a Texan, maybe a Buccaneer. I mean, they always need help down there, possibly.
Not
Um,
gonna be opposed to
trying to
that.
think who else. Yeah. I'm just trying to think offhand. Maybe Denver, because they don't have anything down there really besides Williams.
Javante,
He was
but we don't know
injured,
what
so I
Javante's
know.
gonna
Yeah.
what he's gonna do when he comes back.
So I mean, I think there's a few. I think there's a few options out there for him if you want money, because I'm sure if there's teams out there that got the money, they'll if they like him enough, they'll be like, hey, dude, I I, I
That fucking connection. No. Uh, yeah. So what about Saquon?
no,
I don't know if you.
I'm just listening.
Oh, yeah. No. You're sorry, dude. Your
Um,
connection is. Sorry. Sa- Saquon, I think the Giant. You know what? He's another guy that's if you would asked me even last year, I thought the trade deadline they should have moved him, but I ended up keeping him, and as productive as he's been, I don't know how you're going to upgrade from Saquon Barkley in the draft. If they were to take a running back in the first round, or I don't see anybody on the horizon um, to step in and fill those shoes. So I think you re-sign him, and there's maybe some
I,
incentive, some kind of incentive in the deal. I think he stays with the
I
Giants. Like,
you
stay
know,
healthy, Saquon.
yeah.
Certain levels, like we'll give you X amount of dollars if you play this
I mean,
many games. You take.
I guess it's all. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard because I think he wants to be on a winning team and have a good winning atmosphere around him. But I don't know. I mean, I like the back of the Giants. He looks pretty good in that. I don't know. I have a slim 50-50 chance that he says, "See you later, Giants."
Where do you think he ends up going then? Like if they're like, yeah, we think we can get somebody younger and cheaper.
I mean, like I mentioned, there's like the Texans, the Broncos. I was trying to think of some of the other, the Panthers were some of the other ones I mentioned. Just some of the teams that don't really have a nice, lead back kind of guy. It's um maybe the Eagles. The Eagles always need. I mean, they got some guys there too. I mean, they got Miles Sanders, but they had some guys that are just kind of here and there a little bit. I know Dallas doesn't need anything. The Browns are they're all kind of set up themselves. The Browns are well set. Well, Kareem Hunt, he's leaving, so he's actually going to probably be somewhere else too. So I mean, that's that. I guess I could have put him up on here too. Because probably, I mean, there's a few.
Yeah. Kareem would be a lot cheaper than these guys, and I still think he's got some miles left because he's pretty much been an exclusive backup since he got to Cleveland. I mean, we saw how good he was early in his career with Kansas City, and so he doesn't have a lot. He doesn't have the miles like say an Alvin Kamara has. Like Alvin Kamara has a lot of miles on that body. Saquon too. Like the way Hunt's been used sparingly the last couple of years, so I almost think he's cheaper and he might have more value. If you're an
Yeah,
Eagles and you want to team him up with a Miles Sanders, like they almost made that deal. I think during the trade deadline, they almost landed him or Kamara and one of those guys. But yeah, I think Hunt
yeah,
would be a better choice, and I could see. I could see a team like Denver, yeah, for sure. Just trying anything to try to upgrade the offense, like anything within reason, because like I said, they're gonna have a hard time doing it through the draft. Uh, with Russ, because they like I said, they're stuck with the guy.
yeah. I was trying
Just
to
take
look.
that
Yep.
kind of doubling down on trying to improve the offense. Anybody's at play, I think. Just trying
Yeah,
to justify
yeah. I
what they
don't think
think.
the Cardinals will do anything themselves, but yeah. Hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. James Conner. I don't know. James Conner's getting a little long in the tooth. Like maybe. I wouldn't be shocked if I saw Saquon Barkley sign with Arizona or Kareem Hunt sign with Arizona. I could see that. That's especially with a new coach. You know, if they maybe get Sean Payton or get
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, the O coordinator from the Lions. You know, like some up and coming guys. So I wouldn't be shocked.
Hmm. I'm trying to think. What about what? Wonder about Atlanta. Atlanta might want to be because I mean they always need kind of some help down there. I wonder if they. Wonder if Atlanta would be a good a team like him or a Barkley going to Atlanta, but that'd be kind of hard though, for sure. Be kind of interesting though, for sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much Cordero's got left in the tank. You know, I know Cordero's in his 10th year. Algier, rookie. You know, let's see if he can develop. Let's see if he can
Yeah,
develop into a future back. So yeah, maybe more like a guy like Kareem Hunt could go down to Atlanta. Maybe he'd go be fit in better. Like if I'm Saquon though, I'm still because he's playing at a Pro Bowl level, if not all pro level now. I mean, I can't imagine him wanting to take a back seat or to be a second back to somebody somewhere else. So I could see Saquon going in and be like, no, I want to be the starting back. Like if I've signed somewhere, I'm your number one guy. Like I'm not coming in to do a dual.
yeah,
I'm not gonna do some San Francisco bullshit. Like I'm the guy. So, but I think Kareem Hunt would be more open to that and that might improve Atlanta's. Maybe Atlanta takes that step up and becomes a playoff team. Especially we'll see what happens with Desmond
yeah. Very
Ritter and
possible.
we'll see what they do in the draft and stuff. But
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's yeah. I think that kind of covers. I mean, I didn't really see too much. I didn't. I know we didn't. I didn't dig too much into a lot of just a couple of things that I've seen there. I'm sure there might be some more guys out there. I'm sure a lot of these lot
I
more.
got I
There'll
got
be a lot
I
more
got
names out there for
I,
sure
I do got
in the future.
before we jump into Correa, I do have one more guy, receiver, Jacoby Myers from the Patriots. I think he'd be a great because I mean you see what he's doing with a limited offense. I mean if you put Jacoby, I think he'd be a good number two on like let's say the rich got richer. Let's say Kansas City wanted him. I could see him being the Chiefs number two guy. Absolutely. Uh, maybe go down. Maybe the Arizona moves off of maybe they move off of DeAndre. Maybe DeAndre demands a trade and wants out of there. Maybe he goes down there and teams up with Hollywood Brown. So Jacoby Myers is a good. He's got another level to him. I think kind of like AJ Brown. AJ Brown stepped up to another level when he got traded. Like maybe Jacoby Myers, he gets paid a little bit more. He goes somewhere and has a better offensive system or a better quarterback. And Jacoby Myers might be that might make that same leap next year. But yeah, go ahead with Correa.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of sad to see him leave Minnesota. I mean,
I know,
I
man.
think Minnesota was just a little short with little short, trying to keep him there. And the last I heard, they wanted to try to keep him there as much as possible, but all in all, that did not happen. He ends up he's going down to Cali and going to play where he doesn't have to deal with all this blizzard shit. So I know, 13 years. I mean, that's a lot of money, but I just don't. I think all in all, he'll probably won't see all of this contract for sure. Because they were talking about luxury teams, giving a lot of money to players, and I think about this last time a little bit. Them trying to with the luxury tax, giving bigger payouts overall for guys like these top MLB players and stuff like that. So I think that luxury taxing will once that gets taken advantage of, you'll see a change in a lot of these contracts down the road.
Uh, yeah, it just depends but the bigger markets, they're always going to pull in, bigger market, bigger dollar. Like they make room for Royce Lewis. Who? Uh, wait, who's Royce Lewis again? There, Donovan or Jamie?
He's one of the shortstops for Minnesota.
Oh
He
yeah,
he's kind of
he's not.
he's kind of been up and down. I mean, he got injured most of the year. He down with AAA and then kind of up and down because he was injured.
Is that kind of who
So
they're hoping to step
yeah,
in then?
sucks. Royce Lewis. Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, he can't
Well,
fill those.
I mean, they're Swanson or shortstop. He's kind of on the next in line, and I kind of seen something with the Twins, maybe trying to get him to come up from Atlanta to Minnesota. So he's kind of the next high end prospect or high end, top shortstop. So I kind of
Is
seen
it, well,
something
isn't
about
everybody on
that
the twin?
today.
Is everybody on the Twins injury plagued? That's the whole fucking franchise cursed.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, this is the biggest contract in the for a shortstop in the history of the league. I know it seems like every new contract's the biggest for some position because I mean money's just going out, just going out everywhere. But yeah, I mean the Giants, you'd assume that they kind of build the offense around this guy, and he's 28, so he's got what 5 or 6 really productive high end years left. So it's going to be a good deal. Like I said, most of these deals are front loaded. They're a good deal for probably the first 5 years, and then after that, you're kind of just banking on. So you might as well just say like, hey, we're giving him 5 years, 350 million. You know, we're giving him whatever $65 million a year. Like that's kind of what it equates to, because the last 8 years he's going to decline, try to ship him out. But yeah, Correa for the time being, yeah, he's worth it. And what the
yeah,
Giants are doing, they're making they're kind of almost back to where they were, when a decade ago when they were winning World Series titles. Like I think they're kind of in that arms race with the Padres and the Dodgers now. Those 3 teams will be battling it out for the NL West title, I think. So, but yeah, I agree with it. It's a good deal,
yeah. I think the
and
Giants.
Twins just don't have that kind of money. They just don't. I mean, they gave that money out like once or twice, and it bit them with Joe Mauer, and I forget who the other guy was, but they just don't have that kind of money to compete with that. So they back to injury plagued shortstops and back to the farm system. Sucks to be a small market, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, it is. Well, with if they would, if they would tax actually have some extra money.
Making that money, making that money.
But
Chad's
yeah,
making that money.
I don't know. I'm trying to think if there was any. I was just trying to think if there was anything else offhand, but I just know that Swanson. Um, they were. I think he's actually on his honeymoon right now because he just ended up getting married or whatever it was. But all pretty much everybody's talking to his agent right now, so we'll kind of see what happens there. You know, if anything pans out with this guy, because I'm not sure how many guys are left to be dealt with yet. Dealt contracts wise, anyways. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for some. I guess anything else.
For baseball, yeah, no, they'll be. I mean, we just saw 2 big signings the last day or two. So I mean, there'll be another one by Tuesday. We'll probably bring this up again at some point. There'll probably be another big signing. So it's just the way the hot stove has been going. So no, good for baseball.
Yeah,
And just can I talk about Mandy Rose yet? Can I talk about Mandy? Oh my God. Oh yes.
maybe,
Ted
maybe.
Hayes. What a shame. Ugh. So they fucking they released her. Oh my God. So she was like their NXT champ. I don't know if you guys follow WWE, but NXT, kind of their developmental brand. So she was their champion for a little, probably the past year and a half. So I mean, Mandy Rose is a pretty big deal. She was on the main roster for a while too. Probably the sexiest woman in the entire
Yeah,
company. So I mean, I don't blame her
yeah.
for.
No, Alexa
It's not
Bliss.
well, she's a little cutie too, but I mean, Mandy's ass is just A plus. I would say I think she'll be back with the company. Like eventually, everybody is. Everybody always comes back to this company because the money's too good. You know, like with anybody in life, money's too good. You know, you have a hard time staying away. So I think she's going to get it out of her system. You know, because her fame will dwindle. You know what I mean? And then, it's like fans. It's not only fans. It's another similar service. And I guess she was doing some sexual stuff with her man, which you know a lot of women do. But you know she's a celebrity, so I mean this shit just gets amplified. So apparently her fling with Otis was her downfall. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little. I don't know, Jared. Oh yeah, just in time. We're talking about Mandy Rose. Hell yeah. But yeah, she's a
you missed
knockout.
our baseball talk there, Jared.
Yeah, it was talking about Carlos Correa and the deal he got with the Giants, but yeah, Mandy, oof, yeah, God, yeah, I'm just getting all excited here. Yeah, I you know what, I might pay the $40 a month now that she can really go uncensored. Like she doesn't have to worry about WWE. I mean, we're gonna see some. If this was one thing, man, the next thing you know, she'll be making a sex tape. And so you know I can't miss that. So I'm fan time, or it's you know might be some Eli time,
yeah,
man. I'm gonna
yeah.
look forward to this. But I don't know. Do you remember her as a wrestler at all, other than being like kind of a sex object in NXT? Like, do you remember what was your what was your favorite Mandy Rose? I don't have one,
Well,
man.
she had a small.
Just
Well,
like,
yeah, she had a small little stint with on the main roster. I mean, she was with
Paige,
trying to think of the chick that was not Paige. Well,
Sonya
yeah,
Deville.
her and Paige, and then Deville. Yeah,
Yep.
so I mean, she had a little fling with with those guys or those gals together. They were supposed to be kind of all three supposed to be kind of tag team people and take order a little
Oh, there's some tag team going
group.
on. All right.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, uh, but yeah, no, I mean, other than that, I mean, I didn't really see too much from her tonight or overall.
That's what happens when there's a blizzard
I
and
mean, I
shit
guess
hits
it's
the
one of
fan,
those.
Jared.
Yeah, we're I was actually a moron and actually drove like 15 miles out of town during a blizzard. I almost went in a ditch.
Then I would have had. Then
But
my
luckily
ass would have had to come and get
I
you. Yeah,
didn't.
usually it's the opposite. I'd have had to come get your ass. Like Jamie.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. No, I mean I had one or two close calls. I mean, in town, Stratford it's bad. Like the roads were pretty much covered. They were pretty much all snow. So they're gonna have fun getting out. And I was like, "Yep, I'm not going any farther," because I knew I was probably gonna get stuck. Yeah. Overall, the whole Mandy Rose thing, I guess, WWE was not fond of that. It was a little bit too much for they thought for their company wise for her being pretty much a role model, for the company. So I mean, they didn't like that idea too much. So
Yeah, and they've had bigger releases. I mean, she's not really other than being like hot and on fitness magazines and stuff. Like she's not like a mega star or anything. I mean, they've had bigger releases, especially the last couple years. But she just
well, I mean,
it's
look at Strowman.
yeah, he's back.
Strowman. They released
He's back, but these guys, Bray Wyatt, he ended up back. Like she'll once her, like I said, once her fame dwindles, like once people forget about her off, because that's the only reason she can charge $40 a month is because she's the hot chick from WWE, right? Like when people forget about her 6 months a year, she'll probably come crawling back like, hey, I think I'll give this fan time shit up. I think I'd like to come back to the company, and they'll be like, oh, come on in, Mandy. Yeah, water's fine. Step on in, and she'll be right back to where she was. So, it's just something to talk about. And like I said, she's smoking hot. I mean, she might be top 100 in the world. I mean, just like, oof, getting hot and bothered here, Jared.
Ah, good God. This
So we had
guy, I think,
I know, man.
I think I
I
need
know,
to kick
man.
you off the. I think I need to kick you off the stream right now, you pervert.
Let me go in the corner real quick. What's
But
wrong with that
yeah,
swear?
but I think that kind of covers everything. I know we talked, we kind of talked a little bit Thursday night football. We talked quite a bit.
See if I can get an update. Yeah.
we talked we, we talked a little QB 2023 drafts or free agents, running back free agents. A little
Sounds good.
MLB
We don't
talk
get
with
we don't
Carl.
get we don't get very many women that look like here out here in South Dakota, man. We ain't get no Mandy Roses out here, so maybe she's a little inflated in my book. But, transfer.
Honestly, instead of doing this, stretching the what the heck is it? The South Dakota Jacks. The ladies are playing South Carolina right now.
That's I don't know, mate. Is that actually happening tonight? Because I know they canceled a bunch of stuff around town. I think that's at the
no,
Pentagon.
they're playing.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're playing right now. Yeah, they are playing.
That's happening.
Yeah,
That's happening here right now. Yep, at the Pentagon.
Yep. South Carolina, and the Jacks are playing. The Lady Jacks, they're playing.
Go Jacks.
South Carolina. Yep, the South Carolina was up before we got started here. So sure.
Let's see here.
Since
Jay, did you before we I think that's pretty close to it. But did you want to talk a couple transfer players real quick? Survive the blizzard, boys. Have a good one. Yeah, you too, Jared. Yeah. You should have seen the whiteout earlier. We had a whiteout going on the screen, Jared. I had to make wind sounds.
Oh shit! Yeah. Thing is, I didn't hear any of that, but yeah. All I was gonna say before we get up out of here is Purdy touchdown to Kittle.
Yeah, you might see a lot of that tonight. Yeah, he sure is Purdy.
So I think I'm gonna go watch some football. Yep.
One more thing though. Grayson, one more thing. Grayson McCall from Coastal Carolina. He's been their stud QB the last couple of years. Kind of turned them into a top 25 program. He entered the transfer portal. Where do you? I think a good fit. So he could stay in that area of the country. I think I think he'd start day one. South Carolina. Any thoughts on Grayson McCall? Where he might? And you think he'd go to a bigger school? Maybe. Knight Donovan. Maybe I don't know if LSU's looking or maybe Alabama. Is he good enough to go?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, I think he maybe South Carolina where he can take his talents
right
to.
Away. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll go on and play. He can start right away. I'm sure, and kind of give his talents to some team. Nice, decent college team. But yeah, I think South Carolina wouldn't be a bad. Just overall, I'm not sure how many teams are looking.
Yeah. And we saw what happened. We saw what happened with USC.
One other quick guy was
that talking about was it what's his face? Was it the Devin Leary kid from NC State? I'm trying to think of the other guy.
Yep, Leary, and we can touch on this a little bit. On a next show too a little bit. We can bring these guys back up again a little bit.
That's fine. Survive the snowami here.
Yeah.
I'm dying. It's cold.
And up here, so but But I appreciate anybody who actually showed up tonight. Our stream was probably, I don't know if it was really laggy or what, but I was hardwired in, and I just can't help the fact that we're in a blizzard. So
Fucking
it kind of
blizzard.
fucks with things. So yeah, listen to us from any Tuesday.